Now, some parents in Lawley, south of Johannesburg, say a lack of space in nearby schools is keeping their children out of class. Schools reopened last month, but many children in the community have still not set foot in class as they've not been placed. Malungelo Booi joins us now live from Lawley this morning. Malungelo, it's already a couple of weeks into the school year, depending on whether you're in the coastal provinces or in places like Gauteng. What is the issue here around school placements?
I'll tell you this, Michelle, when we arrived here, we could see some of the children going to school, being accompanied by their parents. But at the same time, though, you hear some parents, in fact, those parents that are sitting behind me, and some of the children, they're saying that those children have not been placed, Michelle. Apparently, the local schools here are all full, and they don't have space for them. And the parents are saying that as a result of that, they have not been able, their children have actually not set foot into a classroom. I want to bring in one of the community leaders, that's Bruce Booi. Bruce, thank you so much for your time. I suppose, Bruce, you have been counting to see how many of these children have been affected. So how many children are affected by this?
No, thank you, Malungelo. Yes, we've been counting because we've been engaging with the department for some time now. At the moment, we are standing with 760 primary schools, all grades, unplaced. Yeah. And we also have 170 at high school, unplaced, all grades. So this is an issue for us that really we cannot say we're happy with the issue.
Bruce, what has the Department of Education been saying to you? Because you have been engaging with them.
Malu, you must remember this issue started something like 3 years ago. We've been engaging with the department with the very same issue. Yeah. And our first meeting was for us to say to them, because we have this congestion at school, please at least build us a new school, so that children could be able to go to school. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, up to today, the department has been dilly-dallying. Every year they will come to us, and then towards February and something like that, it subsidizes, and parents end up sitting with children at home without going to school.
Okay, so what's going to happen now, Bruce? I mean, there's parents there and children. What's going to happen now?
What's going to happen, Malu, if nothing comes to forth, if nothing works? We have already spoken to the principals of the schools. We will be left with no option but to shut down the schools. Right now, we are drawing down the program to go and shut down the schools, because we think that's the only language that the department will listen.
So you think, but that's not the solution, Bruce. Shutting down schools is not the solution. Do you want the Department of Education to build an extra school? Is that what you're saying? I want to hear you.
Exactly, that's what we want, and they know it. We spoke to them.
Did they say there's no money? What has been their response?
No, it's not the merit of money. The last time we spoke to the director, they asked us to go and find the ERF numbers from housing, of which we did go and find the F numbers. Yeah. You must remember the F numbers is where they could build the schools. Yeah. We did find those F numbers, but I'm telling you, they are not responding to us anymore. When you call them, it's either they won't answer their phone or their phone is off.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Bruce Booi, he's one of the community leaders here. Staggering numbers, Michelle, talking about in one primary school, there's about what? There's about 700 children from that's supposed to go to a primary school that have not been placed in this particular community. And some of those children you can actually see behind me. And this little girl, I'm going to ask Bruce to move away from the shot. This little girl is dressed in a uniform. She is actually saying that education is a right, and education is a right for her. And the parents are saying that they've actually told the education department to build a school for them, an extra school in this community, but they're not responding. We'll hear from what the education department has to say about this later on. Michelle?
Yeah, certainly. We'll get reaction and a reply from the education department on this issue. Malungelo Booi, thanks very much indeed for that update.